at least founders will be not nervous anymore, because you see fuck-ups happen quite often sometimes, yeah, and we are not super people who are avoiding this. So sorry for this one more time. I really appreciate your time, and I feel sorry for wasting the first couple of minutes due to this technical problem. But now everything seems to be okay, and we can finally start the first crypto VC pitching session in 2023. And as usually, I want to start with presenting investors on board, those brave and active guys who are proactively looking for the deal flow, scouting for startups despite the market conditions. I think it's really valuable, and I think we will start with our old and good friends. So let me invite Tobias from Blockchain Founders Fund to give a brief intro about what is BFF and what is your investment focus. Tobias?
Yeah, absolutely. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, very well.
I am perfect. It's a pleasure to meet everyone here, and thanks for having me joining today. I'm very excited to meet a lot of great projects. So we run Blockchain Founders Fund, which is an early stage investor in Web3. We have done over 110 investments now over the last 3.5, 4-ish years. We just raised a new fund, so we're excited to deploy, very open in terms of ideas, and we're just looking for great founders and a great product market fit. We invest anything up to $5 million, but typically start smaller, and then the check sizes grow as the round increases. So excited to meet all of you, and thanks for having me.
Awesome, Tobias. Thank you for this intro, and congratulations with raising the new fund. Did you already deploy the first capital into startups or not yet?
Yeah, we started. Obviously, it's still getting started, but we're looking to do about 50 investments this year. We're trying to be active.
Founders, keep attention. These guys still have a bunch of money not deployed yet, so you should be proactive. Thank you, Tobias. And now Jay from Alphabit Fund, also very often guest of ours. Jay.
Hi there, everyone. Thanks for having us again. My name's Jay, and I'm an analyst from Alphabit Fund. So we are a crypto asset fund that's based in the Cayman Islands, and we've been about since about 2018. Our investment thesis is very broad. So, we're chain agnostic, sector agnostic. We like to have a look at everything, really. We often like to come in early on projects. So this means we can help you incubate or accelerate it. And we've got quite well connected in the space. I'm also here representing Launchpool and Gamify. So Launchpool is a pre-IDO launch platform, and then Gamify is an IDO platform geared more towards gaming and metaverse projects. So I look forward to hearing you all, and that's just a quick summary. Cheers.
Awesome, Jay. Thanks for this intro. And speaking about Gamify, please remind me, are you looking for startups to make IDO on Gamify or to get incubated and invested by Gamify Launchpad?
Yeah, it's projects to IDO on it on the launch. Yeah, IDO, sorry.
Okay, awesome. So you have two hats. Great. Thank you, Jay. And I see that Alex from Gate Labs joined us. Alex, would you be so kind to give us a brief intro on Gate Labs activities? Alex, you're on mute, just in case.
Hi guys. Hi everyone. Sorry, I am driving, so unable to speak too much, but very glad to be here. And Gate Labs is in a very long and stable relationship partnership with InnMind. So hope everyone gets what he or she is looking for during this event. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. And hope you have safe driving and you listen to the pitches, but not look too much into the pitches. Maybe you will look on the recording, right? Not to have some accident. Okay, so right now, do we have stratified capital already in?
They're not joining anymore. They just.
Okay, so Joy is not yet here. Whom did I miss? Jake from Skytail Ventures.
They're coming a bit late.
Okay, then Mark, maybe you help me. Because there are so many names here in Zoom, I can't identify what are the names of investors.
Yeah. So investors, did we miss anyone? I think the rest are coming next.
Okay, do we have here Newman Capital?
No.
Casey? No, not yet. Okay, so maybe they will join a little bit late, but I ensure all the founders and those that will pitch at the beginning also, don't get worried. Even if investors joined later and miss your pitch, I ensure you that InnMind team will send them your pitch deck and the recording of this session so that they will see you pitching and they will be able to go through your pitch deck in details, get also our review and feedback, and come back to you with additional questions. So don't get worried about that. And when the late investors will join, we will definitely give them an opportunity to present their investment thesis. But all investors here are focusing on investments in early stage Web3 and crypto startups. Some have specific shift towards DeFi and Web3 infrastructure space. Some have specific shift towards metaverse, GameFi, and NFT projects. So you will definitely have find a match for each project here. And yeah, right now the most exciting part of our today's stream is startup pitches, and I want to start from startup from Estonia, Alium Finance, and we have the founder here, Igor. Igor, are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, multi-chain DEX, Alium Finance. So Igor, please share your screen with the presentation.
Can you see it?
Right now, yes. And please, you have 5 minutes. Go on, and then we will go to Q&A.
Okay. So my name is Igor Abrosimov. I represent Alium Labs, all-in-one DeFi platform for businesses and individuals. For businesses, we have smart staking solutions and market-making services, and our main product is multi-chain DEX with cross-chain feature and hybrid liquidity feature integrated, and native mobile application for Android and iOS launched. Talking about our main product, when we started, we solved the problem of high fees, lack of liquidity on certain exchanges, and very high complexity of user experience. And we came back with the solution of making a multi-chain DEX with dedicated mobile application for mobile devices, hybrid liquidity feature, and one of the lowest commissions on the market. Also talking about security, we have already been secured more than 8 times by reputable companies such as Waterdrip, for example. Talking about features of our DEX, we have integrated hybrid liquidity, which allow our users not to think about do we have enough liquidity for their swap or not. We just can route their swap and operate as the DEX aggregator. Of course, we have an optimal route identification feature, which is extremely useful for cross-chain swaps and cross-chain itself, which is already launched. And now it's working for 3 blockchains, and one more is upcoming this week. Also, we plan this year we plan to integrate gamification to our DEX with the 3 phases. The first phase is a lottery-based game when we reward our users for almost every action at our platform with stables, our tokens, and NFT, which will be upgradable, and they will be used at next phases. Phase number 2 is auction-based game for secondary market of our NFTs. And the main feature is that penultimate bid goes to the ultimate bidder, and the major part of the commissions from this phase is going to accredited funds. And the third phase is the most complex one. And we use it as onboarding to new users to crypto and Web3 and to our platform in particular. About B2B services, we have smart staking, which we name Strongholders Pool, which is solution for staking, farming, and airdrop campaigns, which is fully customizable for our clients and designed to prevent dumps of the token after these campaigns I mentioned. And the main feature that our users holders can earn at the expense of flippers, and we protect holders at the Strongholders Pool. And coming back to the core of our ecosystem about our token, we have already integrated 2 of 6 possible utility cases, which are liquidity and staking. And according to our roadmap, nearest year, we plan to integrate 4 more usability cases, and the major one is cross-chain swaps middleman. So we plan to make our own bridge based on our token. We launched our marketing for our main product this September and achieved great results. Our community shown skyrocketed growth for 700%. And since launch of our mobile application for the first 2 months, we gained more than 2K installations. And now this figure is even bigger. It's more than 9K. And this year, we plan to improve our SEO positions and convert our community to paying customers by introduction of ambassador program and relaunch of our Telegram bots, which shown great results the last quarter of 2022. That's not our first round of funding. So we have already funded previously by the investors you can see at this slide. And now we have a current open round for 1.8 million under the valuation of 18 million, which is equity plus token round to ramp up our hiring and deliver all the products we have in our roadmap. So that's all. Should you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Yeah, thank you, Igor. And I think since I saw on your slide that you have Alphabet Fund investing in the first round, maybe Jay can add some drops, cherry on the cake.
To be honest, I'm afraid it wasn't me who reviewed over this. I think it was someone else in the team. So I'm not fully sure, to be honest with you.
Okay, got ya. Tobias, do you have any questions?
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks so much for the pitch. Very, very insightful, and also pleasure to meet you and learn more about what you're building. I'd love to understand a little bit more, if you have to pinpoint, your very, very early customers in terms of the customer persona. I would love to understand who you're targeting and how do you target them.
First of all, we are focused on newbies and amateurs of crypto, and that's why we plan to integrate gamification to make this kind of onboarding for them to crypto and to our platform in particular. That's why we integrate gamification. Talking about geos, we are operating globally, but now we decided to focus on SIA. And especially for Indonesia and Philippines, because according to our current traction, we have a lot of users from there. So that's how it works.
Got it. And in what stage of the development is the product yet? I mean, how fast do you think you can start onboarding user potentially?
Basically, our product is now in production, so it's working. You can just go now at our website and make a cross-chain swap or a regular swap. But to finish our ecosystem and to make everything we wanted, we need 1 more year. But for now, we already have swaps. We already have cross-chain, on-off ramp integrated to our platform, and that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Tobias. Thank you, Igor. And I also have the question from the chat. How many users do you have right now?
For now, we have approximately 8K monthly active users and about 1.5K weekly active users.
8K monthly active users, 1.5 weekly.
Yeah, about it.
Okay. Yeah, that's good results. Bravo.
Thank you.
That's a good achievement since you launched not that long ago. And how much did you spend for marketing in order to obtain this amount of active users per month?
Look, we launched our product, first version of our product at the middle of 2021. But recently we launched our mobile application. We launched it 2 months ago, and the marketing for the whole platform we started this September and spent about 20K for that.
Wow. Okay. Thanks a lot, Igor. Yeah, everyone knows that active users is one of the very important metrics for majority of investors who are doing due diligence. So I think you got a good traction number. Thanks a lot for your presentation. We will come back to you shortly with some feedback from investors who are not only here in Zoom, but watching outside, and hopefully connect you with the interested ones.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Igor. You can stop your screen share right now. Can you? Oh, okay, great. And I see that Casey from Newman Capital has just joined us. So Casey, hello, and could you please give a couple of words introduction about Newman Capital and your investment focus?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, thank you for the introductions and the kind invitations. This is Casey from Newman Capital. We are basically a Web3 blockchain Web3 investment firm that really focusing on a couple of verticals right now, being creator economy, infrastructure, some of the stuff in emerging markets. We do a lot of incubation and accelerations as well. So very excited to get to learn about some of the projects here today. And yeah, thank you again.
Thank you, Casey, for joining. You missed one pitch, and we will send it to you in recording, so you have a pleasure to watch the founder pitching, and you will have the pitch deck, of course, at your disposal in a couple of minutes after we finish today.
Sure thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And right now, I want to invite the next founder to pitch. This time, it is the startup from United Arab Emirates, Arrakis, and the founder, Semil. Semil, are you ready?
He just informed me he has some technical difficulties, so maybe we can put him in the end.
Okay, no worries. Then we go to the next one, also highly anticipated, ZIZY. The startup, well, I guess you are settled in BVI. You're not living in BVI, right, Mahmoud?
Yeah. Our company is registered in the BVI, but all the team is based in Turkey right now.
In Turkey. Okay, you have a flourishing crypto ecosystem in Turkey. So glad to meet you, Mahmoud and ZIZY.
My name is Yunus, by the way. Mahmoud is the co-founder.
My bad. Sorry, I will remember it. So the microphone is yours, and we see your pitch deck. So you have 5 minutes to pitch.
Thank you very much. My name is Yunus Sivri, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of ZIZY. And thanks for having me here. And with ZIZY, you can win, earn, invest, explore, and diversify your portfolio, because ZIZY is the super versatile Web3 hub. All right. More than 300 million of people are already in crypto space, and one of them is my mother, and she's here right here on this queue. Not why she is on this queue, but not the other queue, because she really doesn't care about earn up to 20% APY things. She just wants to turn her $100 into 1 Bitcoin, like a miracle. And also she wants to earn various tokens, but without doing any research. She just wants to trust someone, and she wants to be an early investor to promising blockchain projects without doing a research, and at seed prices. How can she do that? She can do that with ZIZY. All right, I already mentioned some problems, and another problem for her, I don't know why, but many Web3 websites looking terrible. They are, I don't know why developers don't care about UI and UX, but we worked on UI and UX in like 2 months, and it looks awesome. Our MVP is ready. I hope you see it. And the other problem is just a single utility is not enough for a token. So we have multi-utility token where you can win, earn, invest, and explore and get many other tokens at the end of the staking round. Another problem is with the recession, people need hope more than ever. What we offer is a diversified and pre-announced price pool, which is selected with extra care by ZIZY in order to create a viral effect. What I mean by that, at the beginning of every month, we will announce a prize list like this. One winner gets 1 Bitcoin, one winner gets 30 Ethereum, one winner will get 5,000 Matic. So you know why you are risking your money. So this is in the middle of everything. This is for full-time crypto traders. This is for novice Web3 people. This is even for no-coiners who need hope and who love games of chance. It's for Web3 projects who want to expand their community, and it's for marketing agencies. So all you need to do is to go to an exchange and buy ZIZY and start staking it. Our one staking grant is 30 days, and in this 30 days, we're gonna take several snapshots without announcing it. In the second phase, we're gonna take snapshots for our competition airdrops. The more ZIZY you stake, the more ticket allocations you will get. After this phase, we're going to third phase. You will have 5 days to buy tickets, and the more tickets you buy, the more chances you will have. And at the fourth phase, we will take winner snapshots. There are thousands of winners, so we will take thousands of snapshots. How do we determine the winners? The last digits of the values of 6 distinct cryptocurrencies at the moment of the snapshots decides with ZIZY is winning tickets, and all cryptocurrency prices are live from CoinMarketCap. So at the 30 days staking period, if you are lucky, you will win maybe 1 Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT. Maybe you will win 1 Bitcoin. Maybe you will win 5 Ethereum, whatever we are giving that month. But if you're not that lucky, you will still get some rewards at the end of the month, like staking rewards, Lucky 7 rewards, ZIZY Select drops, and ZIZY Explore drops. Plus, you will get some soul-bound NFTs, which you can't buy, you can't sell, but if you continue staking, they will boost your allocations. Our tokenomics has too much innovation, but let me do this just in general. Our maximum supply is 350 million, but it will decrease to 250 million because we have smart burn mechanism, we have something called smart lock mechanism, and we have something called cooldown mechanism. Dear VCs, thanks to Onyavin interview from InnMind, we have daily linear vesting for VCs, so good luck with that if you invest in us. Our core team is based in Turkey, and we all love crypto. Everything we talk about is crypto. We love the drama, we love the gossips. We know which project did fail and why, and we know what project did it and why. And we believe in ZIZY. We believe it's gonna go viral. Our advisors are key opinion leaders in our country, but the most important logo here is the Yapı Kredi Forward, because Yapı Kredi is one of the biggest banks in Turkey, and we have completed their accelerator program, which means we have legal permission to use a bank's logo in our website, and it's good for marketing. I'm gonna skip this because I think I already in 5 minutes. So revenue streams, 1% from platform fees, competition airdrop partnerships, ZIZY Explore partnerships, and 20% of ZIZY Select investments, 10% of Elite Club Validator and Liquidator Provider program, and 50% amounts carried over from Popa and ZIZY Prime draws. The ask, we are raising seed round right now, and I can say it's almost finished because we are in negotiations with a Turkish VC, but we didn't sign anything, so I didn't change the page. Why invest in ZIZY? Because we are crypto native co-founders with Web2 background, and we are dedicated. We know this is a 24/7 job, and we love crypto. And we will keep building because we have a notebook full of ideas, which we are not telling right now. And we can be good strategic partner to you because we can, with ZIZY Select and ZIZY Explore program, we can promote your projects and portfolio too. Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, thank you, Yunus. I love your energy and
thank you very much.
You trying to get the maximum out of it, and not only appealing to investors but also to strategic partners, etc. That was beautiful.
Thank you very much, Nelly.
So your questions, Noble VCs here, Ben, Tobias, Jay, Casey. Any questions to Yunus?
Hi, great pitch. Thanks for that. I was just wondering if you could tell us about your competition. I know you had a slide that you quickly skipped through. Thanks.
Okay, let's just say that we're gonna announce the diversified price pool. We are on staking is on Polygon, but the reward distribution is EVM. We will announce that, for example, for next month. One lucky winner will 1 Bitcoin, one lucky winner will 32 Ethereum, one lucky winner will 5 Ethereum, one lucky winner will maybe AVAX. Of course, he will take it in Avalanche MetaMask. Then we will sell tickets. The more ZIZY you stake, the more ticket allocations you will get. And one ticket is 10 cents if we have a $100,000 price pool, because we have 1 million tickets. 1 million times 0.1 is 100. Then this is how we will spend the money first, then we'll give the rewards and take our money back with tickets, if that's the question. Was that the question?
I was just wondering your competition, like what other companies are doing similar to you. I think you had a competitors analysis page or slide.
Yeah, there is competitors page, but what we are doing like this, the diversified price pool, there is no one doing that. Let me show you our competitors. Yeah, we have Colony. This is a decentralized venture capital project from AVAX, and we have Evox. PancakeSwap has some lottery kind of things, but not like ours. Also, Pool Together has some lottery things, but this is all different from ZIZY.
No, yeah, that sounds great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Jay. And indeed, competitive landscape is extremely important. But I think you answered the question. Tobias, Casey, any questions?
Yeah, I would love to understand a bit more about the team. I think I wasn't sure if I caught that all, but like if you can give a quick background also on everyone who's involved in the project full time right now. I mean, especially the main people.
Okay.
That would be helpful, and kind of like especially focusing on what expertise ties into the current venture. That would be helpful for me. Thank you.
Okay, beginning with me, I'm in this space since 2017. I bought my first Bitcoin at $3,000 or something like that. And before that, I was running a family business with 120 employees before crypto with my brother, but we couldn't get along. So I got to crypto. He keeps on textiles. And our co-founder has also 5+ years in experience in crypto, and also 8+ years startup ecosystem experience. And also he founded 2 startups here in Turkey. Our developers are really experienced. And Arman, our head of business development, worked in the biggest telecom company in Turkey almost 10 years. And he is aware that Web3 marketing is a lot different than Web2 marketing. He knows that. That's why we like him. And our designer, of course, Emre here, he is always with us because he designed. Yeah, I wish I could show you the MVP, but we're on YouTube, so I don't want to blow up the surprise.
Yeah, not now. You can show it in private calls with investors. And if Tobias wants to follow up on a private call later on, you can show your MVP and be extra proud.
I hope so, because it looks beautiful.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tobias, for your question. And we also have the last question to ZIZY for today from the chat regarding the regulation, because Russell Castanaro is asking if this lottery model would raise some questions from SEC or other regulators. So
we are located in the BVI and we got the license, so it's no problem. By the way, we don't use the lottery word anywhere in our website. I'm just using it here in my pitch, just to be understandable. We are using the word competition, but we have the license and no problem. And also our legal advisors are also our partners.
So they have skin in the game.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, and we will come back to you shortly. Right now, you can stop your screen share.
Okay.
Good. And let's move to the next startup. This time, the company from Ukraine. But as we learned today, the team is distributed in between of Europe and Bali. And today, we will have a pitch of Binaryx by Andrew. Andrew, are you ready?
Sorry, I will pitch in Binaryx. Andrew is my colleague and co-founder, and he has registered on InnMind, but I will pitch.
Sorry,
hi everyone.
Oleg, yeah. Oleg Kurchenko from Binaryx. So please go on.
Yes, thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Oleg. I'm CEO and co-founder of Binaryx.com. We're doing tokenization since 2019, and we started as a centralized digital assets exchange with the tokenization feature for small and medium enterprises. And then in 2022, we made the pivot when we found the proper legal framework for make the tokenization and start doing the tokenization platform for a real estate. And Binaryx right now creating the real estate tokenization protocol with the possibility of investing in real estate and receiving income from passive income from the rent, and receive more than 20% APY per year. And we're focusing on residential real estate because there is more than for the last 60 years, it's always growing, and we see how it's growing. And also there is a few reasons why it's happening. The first of all, because people are traveling more, there is more digital nomads are in the world who are working remotely, and the pandemic also driving the remote work expansion, and the property cost also is increasing all the time, and this is a big reason why it's happening. And from other side, we see that there is more than 400 million retail investors cannot invest in the real estate effectively because of illiquidity of real estate, high entry threshold for retail investors, complexity of investing process, and fear of bubbles on some markets. And we understand that this audience is extremely growing, and by the predictions from many sources, that amount will be more than 1 billion in 2030. And second audience who has a big problem, this is the property owners, because their property in 99% cases are illiquid, and the property deal flow takes about from 3 up to 12 months. What Binaryx are providing? We are creating the marketplace where investors can buy fractional property, and we allow to owners sell their property 3 times faster by increasing the demand for the property. And for both sides, we unlock liquidity by using DeFi protocols and DeFi solutions for it. We already built an MVP, and it's really simple. You can just connect your wallet and buy the tokens with stable coins and start receiving the income on it. And in near future, we will connect possibility to make the registration with for Web2 audience and allow them to join to our product with email, and simple authorization. Our go-to-market strategy is really simple. We plan to attract 450K leads. We start from making the partnerships with the financial applications. Then we launch our referral program. After that, we create the Binaryx Academy, what will help to us to nurture the landlords and investors and explain to them how they can make money with our protocol. And on the last step, we will increase the amount of partnerships with players on the real estate market in different regions. And we are focusing on two main audiences: the real estate investors and the crypto and stocks mid and long-term investors. Our advantages with other competitors is really simple. We are allowing to list the property on our platform for the property owners. We are creating the API integration with financial applications and allowing to wallets, to other wallets, to other financial applications, use our tokenized property in their applications. And also we allowing to make the diversified investments between the different regions because our legal framework allowing us to do this. And coming to the legal framework, we are registered as a Wyoming DAO LLC in United States, and our company, we understand that we can produce the Sirius LLC on the blockchain, and then we are buying the property directly on the Sirius LLC and issuing the tokens what are representing the shares in the Sirius LLC, and in the same time it's representing the shares in the property. And for each property we are registering the new LLC on the blockchain, and it takes for us just a few minutes because we opened a really great opportunity with the possibility of Wyoming DAO LLC. And after this, property tokens go to the marketplace and users buying them with the stable coins and start receiving the rent. The few words about team. We have a really big experience in software development, more than 11 years, and in crypto, almost all of the players since 2016. And we have experience to work with the big startups in Silicon Valley and participating in Stanford Accelerator and working with the customer base, more than a few million customers. So I'm sure that team can help to reach our goals for the first year. Our business model is simple. We have three simple revenue streams. The first one from initial sale, the second one from secondary market, and third one from the rental commissions. What we have already done, we have raised 400K from friends and family. We established few partnerships with other financial applications with user base more than 1.5 million. We gathered the core team, build the product MVP, and finish the legal registration. Right now, we are accelerating in two accelerators. The first one is Web3 Report, and the second one is Startup Wise Guys. And right now, we are looking for 1.5 million to bring more users on our platform and make additional development and registration in other jurisdictions. Because right now we are starting from Indonesia, Bali, and here we are ready to settle up. Our product is already ready for MVP. We start our testnet in February, and we plan to launch our product to mainnet in March and start selling the properties. Thank you for your attention. I am able to answer on any questions.
Yeah, thank you, Oleg, for your pitch. And it was good that you elaborated specifically on the traction side of what you've reached so far. So, questions from investors? Tobias, Jay, Casey, please go on.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
It's Casey here, from Newman. Just a quick
Hi.
questions on a couple of sort of the process in terms of the investment bit and the rental side of things. And you mentioned
Yeah.
that your product will be pretty much going on mainnet on March time. I just curious on in terms of the numbers of listings you guys are assuming that they will be ready to be on there. And then when you mentioned about taking these rental incomes, are you guys going to be taking sort of advantage of these partnerships that you have already in Bali and having these people to do these actual sort of rentals sort of on the ground?
Yeah, we have two partnerships with two developers and two management companies here on Bali who provide to us their property, what is already ready to sell and already ready to rent. And we are working with them as partners. We are signing with them initial agreement when we are put that property on our platform, and after the listing, people start investing in that property, and when we raise an alpha funds, then we are transferring the stable coins to the property owners, and investors receiving their tokens. So everything working on the smart contracts, and everything is transparent. And
in terms of the actual rental incomes, how is that going to be distributed?
Yeah, I will answer that question too. How in our protocol, why we calling us Binaryx protocol? Because we're creating the rules, and we are see how that rules are implemented by other players. And under other players, we have a system of oracles, and oracles is our off-chain partners who run their own business in their regions. For example, this is the management companies who run their management business for managing the property, looking for the tenants, collecting the rent, and etc. etc. We just go in with them on the blockchain, and all rent what is collected by the management oracles will be staked into the property smart contract and is distributed between the property token owners.
Okay, understood. And in terms of the marketplace, is it going to be sort of open for anyone to sort of put on their properties on there? Because you mentioned everything sort of really comes down to rental incomes, and I think is there going to be some sort of selections based on that, certain sort of criteria in order to be on your platform?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We have for this, the first properties will be listed by us manually. And for this, right now we are preparing the algorithm, what will control algorithm and conditions, what will control and help to our other type of oracles. This is audit oracles to make the property listings. This is the oracle who are located in a specific region, and he is able to check the property conditions and make the due diligence, make the compliance for the property, and see if that property match to the conditions what we asking to be matched for our listing. And how listing happens when the property owner coming to us to our platform here, filling the form, and then that form are that request from the property owner going to the management oracle meeting with the property owner, checking the property, checking the documents, all that stuff. Then they sign an initial sale contract, and we start collecting the funds from the investors on our marketplace. And when property will be and when an alpha funds will be collected, that oracle signing the second agreement about the sale of the property, and the property right now is officially will be settled on our United States property LLC in Wyoming. And each property in our case is the independent DAO.
Okay, got it. Thank you. I think that's all the questions for now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Casey. Great questions. Do we have any more questions from investors in the Zoom? If not, we have a couple of questions from the YouTube chat. No? Okay, so
let's go to YouTube chat.
Yeah, so we have a question from John Mantan. Sorry if I mess up with the pronunciation of your name. Which geographic regions are you primarily targeting? You mentioned Bali, but do you target all the Southeast Asia?
No, we start from the Bali at this moment, and we plan to develop our network here for the first few months, and then we plan to go to Dubai and Saudi.
Okay.
And other regions will be connected by request.
Mm-hmm. So if somebody from other regions wants to partner up with this startup, please feel free to reach them out. And
of course, we're open to partnerships.
Yeah. Oleg, another question from Alex. Do you compete with Bali Twin?
Bali Twin? No, we don't compete with them because they have the different legal framework, and they work with different mechanisms.
Mm-hmm. And speaking about legal framework, Russell is asking, do you handle the registrations with the government agencies for title, mortgages, lines, etc.? Do they treat it like timeshare title?
Yeah, you mean like if the company will be listed in registries?
I guess so. Yeah, since it's not me. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. The companies will be registered directly in the registry.
Okay, awesome. Oleg, thanks a lot for your presentation. As you can see, it raised a lot of questions, and I guess it's also connected with the interest in this particular vertical. So great job, and we will come back to you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Oleg. And before we move to the next startup, I see that Max from Master Ventures joined us while Oleg was pitching. So Max, could you please give us a brief intro to Master Ventures and what are you currently focusing on from investment perspective?
Sure. So Master Ventures is a VC studio. What we do is we both invest into early stage blockchain projects, but we also build blockchain projects. Some of you might be familiar with the likes of Polity Network, for example, which was the first project that we built within our team. But we have several other projects that we have either incubated or that originated from within our small little circle. At the moment, we are pretty much focusing mostly on actually building these products, as it's a bear market, and there's pretty much nothing better to do right now than to focus on building, expanding, and improving. Other than that, the projects that interest us the most at the moment are usually tools and systems that bring people into blockchain, meaning things that simplify the onboarding for new blockchain users, or tools and services that just make the interaction with blockchain much easier. Just because in our perspective, one of the largest, if not the largest challenge that blockchain is facing is adoption, because it's so difficult to use blockchain. Using wallets and seed phrases and all these sort of things, it's just very difficult to explain to someone who's not familiar with that or who's not tech savvy. So anything that makes this easier, anything that brings Web3 and blockchain closer to the people and that leads to mass adoption is really interesting for us.
That's a great point, Max. And I just earlier today, I was listening to the latest interview from Dan Morhat from Chainfir Capital, and he was elaborating specifically on this topic. First, a lack of user experience, and getting more user-friendly dApps. And second, he was forecasting that in the next couple of years, we will see billions of new people joining blockchain and using blockchain products every day, but only if we have a better UX, UI, which is convenient for non-crypto savvy people and customers. So great point, and glad to see Master Ventures. I remember you were super active in the investment scene the last couple of years, and of course, due to market conditions, maybe you slowed down your investment activities and increased incubation activities, but I hope that this year we will see you more and more on this scene.
For sure, you can expect great things from us.
Thank you, Max. And we will send you the pitch decks and the recordings of the pitchings of those startups that you missed since you were a bit late today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. And right now I want to invite another startup to pitch. Company also registered in BVI, Palmswap, and the founder Bernd. So, are you ready to pitch?
Sure.
Very good. Please start your screen share.
All right, you see my screen?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so welcome everybody from Dubai. Good evening. And yeah, my name is Bernd Stöckel. I'm originally from Austria, living here in Dubai for about 3 years now, in crypto since 8 years. Today we talk about Palmswap. Palmswap is a decentralized crypto derivative exchange built on BNB chain. We are fully on-chain, means non-custodial. That means traders have full control over their assets. Just like a quick overview on how we started in the perpetual space, right? We started in 2017 trading on BitMEX when perpetuals were introduced into crypto. And we launched a SaaS company there where users could follow a trader and everything was basically handled over BitMEX, all the order execution there. We had that one running for around 3 years and then started our R&D for a new product basically that we can launch. We saw like a lot of volume was flowing from the centralized exchanges and the centralized finance space into DeFi, right? But we saw like that there was like a lack of really good usability platforms for futures trading. And this is how we started working on Palmswap basically. We've been working on this since end of 2021 and our product is ready. We have already a hybrid exchange live on the market. And yeah, the problems that we are facing, I feel like the problems that our product is solving, they're quite omnipresent, right? Especially after everything that happened in 2022, right? I feel like the main idea of cryptocurrency is decentralization, right? And while centralized exchanges and custodial platforms are great to on-ramp into the market, they also come with like a series of disadvantages, right? Like you don't have control over your own funds, maybe a lack of transparency, bankruptcy risk, right? Which is probably as well quite omnipresent. And just like given on the latest companies that went down last year, right? I feel like the saying, not your keys, not your coins is, getting a lot more meaning. And the question is such simply, why would you give something that you can control by yourself into the hands of others, right? So our solution to that is we build like a decentralized exchange where people can trade futures and you can use all the tools that you have on centralized exchanges, right? And we give the traders their keys back. So basically you have 100% access to your assets at all given time. Even if our servers, for example, should go down and our interface is disappearing, over a smart contract, you can trade, you can withdraw your funds. And I think this is really solving an issue in the current space. So our product, simply summarized, you don't have to trust on a third party as it's all running over like a smart contract and you are only connecting your MetaMask wallet. So basically it's all within your wallet. You're not surrendering your private keys and you keep the true control of your assets. You have full transparency as every transaction is running on chain. And as well, privacy is another important factor as you don't have to onboard yourself through like a lengthy KYC process. We're fully DeFi, means you just connect your wallet and you're pretty much ready to go. Product development standing for the on-chain DEX. We tested it, we had it live on testnet, and these stats are like for around 3 months while we were on the testnet. We had around 2 billion in volume on the exchange and around 18,000 unique users that were using our protocol and trading on that on a testnet. So yeah, as already explained, we enable perpetual trading fully on-chain. We enable all the order types that you have on a centralized exchange, such as market orders, limit orders, stop loss, take profits, conditional orders, fully on-chain. We have a very extensive affiliate program, very similar to Bybit, basically. And yeah, the UIX is also, we try to make it as simple as a centralized exchange, basically. On top of that, we have our own launchpad where we will start introducing other projects probably by Q2 this year. We launched our own token over this one in September, and we raised $1.9 million over that in the public sale. How it works, basically pretty simple, is let's say you open a trade worth of 1 Bitcoin, the smart contract handles the trade. So it means your order gets open for like a Bitcoin. The fees for that trade are paid in USDT, and these fees go to Palmswap, where they are either kept for like development. And so basically they go to the protocol, or they are shared back into the ecosystem and to the users. So we have a partnership with Apollo X. We launched our hybrid DEX together with them end of October. We have roughly around $1 million in volume on that one. And I have to emphasize on that we didn't spend any marketing dollars on that, right? So these stats are like a little bit older, so we have more users by now on this, but this was like probably after the first month. And we saw that the hybrid DEX, the feedback was really, really good, but the people really want a fully decentralized option. And then maybe quickly to explain what is the difference between hybrid and fully on-chain. Hybrid, the onboarding is on-chain, but the trade execution and settlement is running over a centralized order book, right? So this is basically the main difference, right? So why investing now, and why now is the right time to invest into Palmswap? We see, like, after all the recent events that has been happening last year, people are looking actively for a alternative, for a decentralized alternative for the products that they're already using. And trading is, especially futures trading, is a large market, and they want to have these alternatives now. So our product is ready to go, and it's been developed over a year. So, and that's why the timing is perfect actually right now for the product that we have built. Yeah, the successes for now that we have achieved are quite promising. This is like a couple of stats that we have gained over the past months, basically, in our community. So yeah, as well, I think one important point to point out, we have a lot of crypto influencers on board that have invested with us, like Da Vinci, Crypto Zombie, MDX Crypto, Four Flies, Crypto Jack, and so on. They have all invested into seed sale on our token, and as many of you probably know, they are one of the biggest affiliates on centralized exchanges and account there for a large part of the volume. So obviously, that's going to be favorable for our marketing then as well in the next step for the on-chain DEX. Yeah, I think for market sizes, we see right now that DeFi is around 5% of the total market and like CeFi trading volume. And we believe that over the next few years, we will see this volume surge a lot. And we believe that probably DeFi will account for 20% over the next 3 years on trading volume. So, and we already see a shift of many users shifting from centralized exchanges to decentralized exchanges. And I believe by adoption of DeFi, this is going to increase even more. About the team, we are right now 18 people in the team. We are 2 founders, basically. Akin and me, we're both from Austria. And yeah, he's since 7 years, I'm since 8 years in the crypto space, and since 2017, both in perpetual trading. We have a really experienced team of developers. Anton is coming from Bitfinex, which is also bringing some centralized exchange and trading engine experience in it. So yeah, I think we're really, really well prepared to scale higher. What we are raising right now, we're raising 5 million. This is the numbers that you see here are projected based on like competitors' analysis and based on the statistics that we had so far on testing on the on-chain DEX. And yeah, basically, what are we raising the money for? We're raising it mainly for marketing, product scaling, and as well to secure the runway over the next 24 months, and as well to launch the on-chain DEX successfully and really be competitive in the market. We're raising that one at a 42 million valuation, and it's an equity raise, and we are also open to discuss a token option as well on that one. That's pretty much it. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask, and we look forward to build the future of decentralized exchanges together with you.
Wow, Bernd, that was good. Thanks a lot for your presentation. And yeah, Very good speech. I'm sure we will have questions from investors here. And a small notice to Jonathan from 369 Capital, who unfortunately could not make it today, but he will view the recording and hear what I say. Jonathan, it's a shame you could not join us today, because literally yesterday you told me that you are specifically seeking for good projects in DEXs and trading. It's kind of a mixture of both.
So I'm looking forward to have a chat with him then afterwards, probably.
We will definitely send it to him, and he promised to review all DEX. Questions from investors.
Hi there. I just wanted to know a bit more about your go-to-market strategy. If you could go into that a bit.
Sure. So as I said, like our hybrid model is already live, and yeah. For the on-chain model, we want to go live, or we aim to go live next month. Development is done. We have a lot of KOLs on board, probably around 30, that we will start our marketing campaign with. And yeah, like we are very heavily relying on KOL marketing actually in our marketing strategy.
Brilliant, thank you.
Yeah, and
Good question.
We're going to launch on BNB. And we are already looking at layer 2 options for cross-chain as well for maybe the next quarter.
Okay, for layer 2, we have a couple, not only in the network, but even here in the Zoom. So I think I will give a word to Kevin later on. Tobias, you wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, there's a quick follow-on question to what's been asked before. All these current numbers you have in terms of community and things, was this mostly driven by the KOLs you have on board, or did they come in after and you just onboarded them recently?
So basically, we already did a token sale, right? So obviously a part of this community numbers came through KOLs, but as well, we did some work before the KOLs started marketing, right? So yeah, it's a mix.
Got it. And you said you're based in Austria, is that correct?
I'm originally from Austria, but I'm based in
Dubai. You're originally from Austria.
Yeah, and I guess you're German speaking as well.
Yes, I'm from close to Munich.
Ah, okay. Ja, ich bin aus Innsbruck ursprünglich.
Ich habe in Innsbruck mal studiert.
Ah, kleine Welt. Freut mich.
Come on, guys, we do not sprechen Sie Deutsch, so please come back to
English. We're actually like our home countries are like, or like home cities are like 2 hours from each other. Whenever I was traveling in the past years before I moved to Dubai, I was always flying from Munich. So it's a small world.
It's the small world, but I guess that for both of you, it will be way easier to meet personally in Dubai on some conferences than to catch up being in the neighboring cities, right?
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
But yeah, we'd love to sync up later as well.
Definitely.
Amazing. We will gladly introduce you after the session. So Mark, Abdul, please don't forget this. Tobias and Brent, already an intro. Okay, any other questions from investors in the Zoom? Jay? Casey? No? Okay, no questions from investors in the Zoom. Let me ask questions from investors and potential partners in the chat. Question from Alex: on which balance the assets are stored while the order is open?
So basically, on the on-chain DEX, it's all running over the smart contract, basically. So the smart contract is settling the whole trade. Yeah, and on the hybrid DEX right now, we're sharing the order book with Apollo X, basically. So it's running over their order book.
Okay, and you also mentioned that you are looking to integrate with layer 2 solutions, right?
Yeah, definitely. We had some first conversations last week with one layer 2, and I think it just makes sense to explore cross-chain options as well. Layer 2s are, yeah, I mean, I think the perks are quite obvious, right? So with like faster transactions, lower fees, and so on. So especially for an on-chain DEX, that would make sense.
So you can use this extra opportunity today because we have Kevin Leo, who is co-founder at Metis blockchain, Metis protocol, which is a very rapidly developing layer 2. Hi, Kevin.
Yeah, I've invested in you guys. So
oh my God. You see?
So, yeah, welcome, to join our ecosystem. We have grants, and also we have a recurring builder mining program, which, the more your transaction make, the more fee you can earn based on the transaction volume. So yeah, as you mentioned, layer 2, we have this low cost and also high transaction speed. So that's definitely a place you can explore.
Perfect. Are you a layer 2 for BNB as well, I guess, right?
Ethereum.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Then we will also introduce you to after the session, and you can explore opportunities. You invested in Metis on early stage. Now it's time to build on Metis, integrate, and get some grants and support from their team, right?
Looking forward.
Karma. Okay, thank you for your pitch, and we will come back to you with the introductions and follow up. Thanks a lot,
Thank
Brad.
you.
And right now, let me introduce you the next startup that is pitching today. So this time is the startup from Canada, Matrix Technology, and the co-founder, Karia. Karia, are you ready to pitch today?
Hello, everyone. Hi.
Hi, Karia. You can't imagine how pleased I am to have finally a female founder and co-founder. Because we miss it. Definitely, we miss it a lot in the whole tech scene, but in the crypto and Web3 scene specifically.
Yes, for sure. Hi, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here to present you Matrix. So if I may, can I start?
Sure. The microphone is yours.
Thank you. So hi, everyone. Again, my name is Karia Wei, co-founder and CEO at Matrix, and allow me to present you Matrix. So Matrix is a revolutionary community engagement and data-fi platform that's powered by SSI and DID. So today, we all know that many companies, regardless of which industries they are in, are facing challenges to retain the customers. And to the end users, they are being forced to disclose their user data either willingly or unwillingly in order to use the services in today's world. So we are here to solve both problems by putting the data ownership back into the individual's hand, at the same time incentivizing the users for sharing the data. The companies will gain robust engagement and retention capabilities. So what is Matrix? To the end users, we are easy to use, and the end users will receive the token incentive by using the product or sharing the data. To the Web2 and Web3 companies, we provide a fully customizable and white labeling framework to support them to success. Apart from that, we are the first to launch the Ethereum BOS wallet feature that allows simultaneously zero gas fee transactions, at the same time provide the community engagement system that encourage the users to engage more with the projects. So here is how it works. The user data are generated by end users interacting with the applications. And applications may request verified and good quality data directly to the end users, and that's owned by the end users. The end users will regain the token incentive by consent to share. The projects can also benefit from our Matrix analytics by gaining the good quality data that's directly gathered through the user activities for their own needs. We can be used in any kind of live events in a way that the end users will contribute to the data simply through engage in those events. The applications or marketers can target a specific set of end users to engage and market to them, and which way those pool of users actually are the ones who monetarily opt in to receive such information. And as a result, the engagement rate will go up significantly. We also have this DApp partnership features in the roadmap that allow any kind of projects in any protocols can partner together and share their user base. So the users may be able to sign up to any partnering companies with a better start point, which in a way that it will actually encourage them to partner more. And the companies will be able to gain those targeted users easily. Here is to show you that we have additional use cases such as country prepaid stop, proof of purchase, and we can actually do much more. So here is our initial pricing model. It's a subscription model. We charge per user per month. We have currently attracting more than 100 apps with at least, well, close to 50K active users right now. We are targeting at decentralized identity and global customer engagement solution with a combination of 39 billion total addressable market by 2027. So we will target at Web3 first and eventually move into Web2. With this in mind, we have recruited 2 strong BDs currently are absorbing the projects within our partner Metis ecosystem, but they have started conversing with projects in other protocols as well. For product developments, we are working on consolidating the products and will go mobile first to provide a better user experience. So we understand that with our initial target to be in Web3, the ARR growth may happen for the first 1 to 2 years. Therefore, we conservatively projected to reach 1 million ARR by Q1 2026. And the numbers will accelerate very quickly once we start the Web2 adoption. Here is a list of our competitions. So we are uniquely positioned that can be applied by either Web2 or Web3. So we are a team of seasoned leaders here with our CTO here, who's also a successful blockchain company, Metis, currently have more than 100 million market cap. We have Alex and Jens from SSI Meetup here. These 2 are the pioneer of the industry. Alex is even the author who wrote the Self-Sovereign Identity book. We have Kevin, who's here, Metis as our business advisor. We also have Andrew from Fenwick as our legal advisor. And we are here to ask for 2 million that will be used for sales or marketing and expand our product development. And we want to invite you to partner with us and change the data ownership landscape together.
That was beautiful, Carrie. Thanks a lot for your pitch. And of course, the first word to investors here in Zoom. Ben, Jay, Max, Casey, Tobias, feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions.
I do have a question.
Sure.
Just before you mentioned a number of users, can you explain a little bit what you mean by that? It sounds like you have already launched your project, launched your product. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, so we actually have live products and real users. The total user right now is around 50,000. Those are acquired from those apps that's using our products right now.
Okay, gotcha.
Thank you, Max. Any more questions to Carrie? Ben, Jay, Casey, Tobias, Alex?
I do have a few follow-on questions, actually.
Sure.
So one would be, what kind of information do users need to give up for this? Is it comparable to something like a Google account for single sign-on?
So we do have the blockchain agnostic SSO solution that can be used by any projects in Web2 and Web3. The users will keep their own data. They do not disclose anything.
Okay.
Just to add, the user can disclose. It's up to their own consent. If they choose to do so, they get token incentive. That's how the DataFi term was invented. It's a new way, just similar to a popular browser called Brave. They kind of give user incentives based on users' consent of sharing browsing data, but that's only limited to the browsing data. But we are expanded to all data that generate as part of the application interactions. The user can consent and share that data, get incentives.
Understood.
Thank you, Yuan. Max, do you have any other follow-up questions?
Not yet.
Okay, you can continue with the rest on private if you wish. And we have a question also from YouTube. So you mentioned you're using ETH Denver as an example. Are you working with them?
So unfortunately not this time, but definitely looking forward to work with any events going forward. Okay,
how do you compare with WeLook?
So interesting, we are actually talking to them right now for partnership. So yeah, so we know that WeLook use poll-ups and then help out with the user engagement. We are actually be able to provide much better because we have our reputation system here. They can actually encourage the users to engage more in a way that the projects or the events can actually design a list of tasks and gamify the interactions during those events.
Okay, that is quite a complete answer. And another question, do you consider to implement SBT for scoring?
SBT, so our NFT pages are actually SBT already.
So just to expand on that answer, so contrary to a lot of other projects out there, we have two types of verifiable credentials. If people are not familiar with this particular term, it basically means a credential that belongs to the user and can be verified. So that knows, okay, this is not something that's fabricated and there's some verifiable evidence about the validity of this particular credential. So in Matrix, we actually have two types of credentials. One is the DID, the decentralized ID document type of the credential. That's according to the specification. One of our sales advisor is actually the writer of the specification. So we have all compliance with that specification. But the DID document credentials has some limitations. It's not flexible enough. It's not versatile enough. That's why we also have another type of verified credential, which is based on the SBT. So we actually had this SBT idea before Vitalik ever mentioned SBT. So I don't know whether who learns from who, but we did talk to, we kind of flowed that idea to Vitalik as well. So maybe he also has some conversations with his circle and come up with this SBT term. What we called before, we called it reputation badge, and that's the name that we have been keeping using. But it's essentially a SBT. SBT is actually linked back to the user's DID document as part of the verified credential, and it belongs to the user and has a lot of flexibilities. It's a smart contract, as you know, and we can actually, for example, introduce leveling. We can introduce secret data. Sometimes the application wants to put some special data along with a particular badge for future analytics. They can do that in our system. So a lot of visibility, a lot of flexibilities that we introduce with two types of verifiable credentials.
Yuan, you could be an amazing university teacher since you are explaining everything in such a simple and clear way. And yeah, for me, for example, SBT abbreviation I was not familiar with, so it's great. And by the way, Russell is one of the people who is watching us on YouTube right now and who was asking questions about WeLook. He just messaged us telling that they invested in WeLook and they would love to chat with you, with your team, to discuss maybe investment and to invite you to ETH Denver.
Thank you. Absolutely. For sure, we'll be there. Yeah.
Okay, nice. You see, that's good that we are streaming it live, so more and more people can come and offer some new partnership opportunities and even more investment opportunities. That's great. Thank you. Thank you, Matrix team. Great pitch. And we will come back to you shortly with the follow-up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Yuan. Thank you, Karia. Okay, so the next startup to pitch today, we have Polity Network from Liechtenstein. And the founder, Alex. Alex, are you ready?
It's actually going to be Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm also the co-founder of Polity, and I'll be taking care of the pitch today.
Awesome. Oh, Conrad, right?
Yes, my name is Konrad. Sorry about that, missed it.
Okay, nice to see you, Konrad. And you can start sharing your pitch deck presentation, and you have 5 minutes to pitch.
One moment, I see I have now technical issues with the system preferences.
Okay, no worries. Konrad, how do you think? Would it be okay if you go pitch next, and while you are fixing technical issues, I can give a stage to another startup?
Yeah, sure, because I see I have to leave the meeting. I have to reset the Zoom in order to share the screen. So that would be great. Thanks.
Okay, so you have approximately 10 minutes to do it, okay?
2 is enough. Okay, I'll be right back. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Konrad. And then I want to invite a startup from UK, Block Games, and the founder, Kypras. Kypras, are you ready to pitch? Kypras. Block Games. Kypras, I see you in the Zoom, but you are on mute. Hello.
Hello, hey.
Yeah, hey. Sorry. So right now you hear us well? We see you well?
Yeah, cool. Just FYI, I was introduced to Abdul from InnMind yesterday, so I don't really have a form of pitch deck for 5 minutes, but I'll be able to do a high level of introduction about blog games and what we're doing here.
So you don't have any pitch deck?
I do have a pitch deck, but the way my format is basically different from 5 minutes. So the introduction will suit me a lot better if I may.
Okay, that's unusual for us, and you know perfectly yourself that also the information is digest better when you can hear and see at the same time. That is why we usually require pitch deck, but let's try, let's experiment.
Yeah, I don't have it yet. We recently started fundraising, so that's fine. So anyways, so I'm Kypras, COO of Blog Games, and Blog Games is a mobile game publisher that has been established last year together with Astoti. So Astoti is our parent company, which is one of the leading mobile game development companies in Europe. Together with them, we have been in the market for the last 11 years. We have shipped around 40 games. We have around 1.5 billion game downloads. We have around 200 million players in our database. We have 50 million monthly active users. And if we would take all 8 game development branches of Astoti, we are generating close to 50 million in ARR. So we're pretty big in hyper casual and casual games. And we have established Blog Games for 2 reasons. One reason is that we want to take publishing internally. We have been using other publishers over the last 10 years, like Ketchup, which we helped grew from 0 to hero, and they were acquired by Ubisoft in 2016. And then we also used Say Games, which are currently doing something around 75 mil in ARR. And basically, I think now it's the perfect opportunity for us to take publishing internally. So that's one reason why we're doing publishing. And the second reason why we're doing publishing is we want to explore the blockchain and Web3 elements in the future of our games more deeply. So the way we're seeing blockchain is around 3 things. So all of our Web3 implementations into our games have to improve 3 key performance indicators, which are reduced cost per install, increased lifetime value of the user, and increased retention rates. So these are the 3 things that we have to have in our games right now. And we have 5 games in the pipeline that we're going to publish over the course of 2023 and 2024. So I can quickly share my screen now. And show you like a high level of games because it's an important bit. So Shatterpoint is a pretty hyped up Web3 game right now and has a big community around 100K followers on both Twitter and Discord. It's a game which has the biggest investment, which is the biggest investment into a single game right now from us. It's a game that is heavily inspired by Diablo in terms of game mechanics, and creative direction is inspired by Rick and Morty. Then we have My Little Universe. So My Little Universe is a game Estate has launched in 2018. Since then, we have generated around 25 million of downloads. We have currently 9 million monthly active users. We have almost 800K in MRR. And what we're doing right now with this game is we've took a lot of fans' feedback over the past 4 years, and we are revamping the entire game and launching a new title, but it's going to be a multiplayer mode and completely new front end. So the good thing about that is we know how to publish and we know the user acquisition funnels for it. So we have a lot of big expectations for this title. Then we have another casual game, which is an alternative to My Perfect Hotel, which was launched last year in January and generated close to 4 million since last year in January. So instead of building hotels, we're now going to be building gyms. So that's the third game. The fourth game is being built in partnership with Kilohealth. So Kilohealth is a unicorn in Central Europe. It is the second fastest growing company in Europe as well. And their products and services are related to health. So this game is going to be a habit-forming game around healthy lifestyle, diet, supplements, and training. And then the fifth game, basically, we have a team that's going to be available from around June. And the way we develop games is completely based on market trends and data. So we do investigation, and then we decide what sort of game we need to develop at that time, or maybe a month before. So our position right now in the market is that we're gradually growing into a DAO. And instead of us being just a Web2 publisher, we're also transitioning into DAO. And we have basically a Blog Games ID product that we're building. I can actually share my screen again.
Yeah, but you have like 30 seconds left. So please sum up something.
Sure.
Right now. Mm-hmm.
And instead of just buying, traffic from socials, Facebook, Instagram, Google, we also now have a Blog Games ID product that is integrated within our games that allows us to scale games quicker, because we're incentivizing our player base not just to download the game, but also refer and engage with the game. And based on that, they will get rewards. And then the more players we have on board, the more revenue we make. We allocate that revenue into our treasury. From treasury, we allocate it to rewards pool, and from rewards pool, we again incentivize our players and user base to scale those games quicker. And then, this is the way for us to have that self-sufficient value loop. And this is our DAO approach as well. Our tokenomics have also been approved by Binance. And as I have just probably 0 seconds, I'll talk about team. So me and Ben, we're the founders of this project. Estate is our official co-founder. We also have CMO Vitus that is coming from Nordcorn, and he was a CMO there as well, managing $100 million in ad spend and basically spending $1/3 on user acquisition per day. Then we have Maj with us, who is our CTO. He was a CTO at Tesonet, which built NordVPN, the #1 VPN in the world. Also, he was a CTO at Eneba, which is a gaming marketplace that is currently doing around 20 million in ARR. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're raising 3 million. Out of 3 million, we have closed 50% of that at a 15 million pre-money valuation. On the back of it, there's a token warrant, which is valued at 30 MFDV. And yeah, that sums it all up.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Kipras. Thanks a lot. It was unusual, but I hope that investors could digest the main sense. So the guys are building Web3 publisher studio for Web2 popular games, right? If we summarize it in one sentence.
Yeah, Web3 game publisher.
Web3 game publisher. So since this format was unusual, I would inspire investors not only to ask questions, but maybe to give some feedback. So please.
just regarding the pitch, I found it a little bit difficult to understand what exactly your business model is, especially considering that you started out saying that the company exists since last year, and you were just raising money. It's a bit hard to understand for me how you're working with these games and have already achieved something like 25 million downloads.
So our parent company has all of those achievements. The business model is very, very simple. When the games are developed, they come to us, and then we onboard players, and on the back of it, we have revenue share deal with the game development studio, in this case, Estati. So it's a 50-50 revenue share deal.
Understood.
Max, do you have any feedback? What do you think of this model?
I don't fully understand yet where it uses blockchain and why it needs blockchain.
Yeah, so we're implementing some of the NFT elements within the game, and all of those implementations are around, CPI, LTV, and retention rates. I can give a couple of examples. So, for example, Shatterpoint is a mid-core game where there are multiple playstyle players, and within the gameplay, a player might find items that make sense to them and removes their friction point. But it might be that he found an item that another player needs, and in that case, he would list it on a marketplace. He would sell it, and in this transaction, which is basically a new model, we have royalties implemented, and if those royalties can increase our LTV by, let's say, 5%, so from $5 to $5.25, it's a major impact when you have a lot of players. Another example would be where we can reduce the cost per install by minting our user base NFTs, and this is a way for us to attract them into our other games because they might be interested because they got a notification that they have now an NFT. A third example could be where we see that on day 30, the retention rates for this user behavior is not as good. Let's mint him an NFT. Let's try to get him back into the game one more time and increase engagement this way. If we can increase engagement rate, we can also monetize him on the back of it. So all of our Web3 implementations into the games are like around those key KPIs, because we're making money from players spending cash within the game, not by NFT trading or token. We are completely built sustainably.
And you're raising equity round or token round?
We're raising equity with a token warrant on the back of it.
What will the token do in your ecosystem?
Our token will incentivize our player base to scale those games quicker. So we will have rewards for referrals, and we will have rewards for engagement. We will also have, so what is another cool thing about the token for Web3 game publisher is that we can now have wagered fight element within our game. So if the game is a PvP game, two players can, chip in 100 tokens each, and the winner takes it all, but we take a fee. This way, we're increasing the token velocity and also creating that engagement and competitiveness amongst players, because it's sort of a gray area of betting.
Understood. With that in mind, what do you think will add to the token's value? What will increase the token's value? What will make people hold that token?
Yeah, so all of the revenues we make from in-app purchases and marketplace transactions are going to be sent back into the treasury. The treasury will increase, and on the back of it, the token value will increase. Also, the token has built-in, utilities where players will have to, buy tokens to participate in, in our games and in wagered fights, or maybe remove some sort of ads within the games. So there's a lot of angles we're going to implement for the token to be used by players, and also revenues are going to be sent back into the treasury. And this way, basically, the token will accrue in value.
And if I'm not mistaken, on your slide, it was written that you are backed by Y Combinator.
No, probably you were mistaken. Yeah, you were mistaken. We're not backed by Y Combinator. We have backings from SIG, from Cumberland, from well, we have soft commitments from few like leading exchanges. Yeah, we have out of 3 million, we have 50% closed. So we are dealing with few VCs to take the lead, and then we're gonna loop everyone in.
Okay. And we have a question from Kevin Wu from the chat. Do you consider skill tokenization as a new approach for GameFi?
Yeah, it's an interesting topic for sure, especially in games that are a bit more on chain and are a bit like more complex. The games that are AAA games, our games are more AA, casual, hybrid games, but they will have, well, basically you will be rewarded if you are a skilled player.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Kipras, I think that time limits consider that we need to finish now, but let's connect afterwards. Because in addition to follow up after the session, we have some requests regarding potential partnership with your project. So it could be additional match. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, and hope next time we will see you with a beautiful pitch deck. Okay, so Konrad, are you back?
Yes, I'm back and ready. And if it works, then you can also see my screen already.
Yeah, I can see your screen. So one more time, Konrad from Polity Network, a startup from tiny Liechtenstein, but with a huge and growing crypto ecosystem in this small country, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, please go on.
Thank you. So hi, everyone. My name is Konrad, and I am the co-founder of Polity. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to present our product, which aims to create a paradigm shift in how the wealth management sector operates and generates value. So Polity is the next generation decentralized enterprise-grade technology network for crypto advisors, investment managers, and their clients. And it aims to make crypto market experience easy for both professional players and new entrants through a unique combination of centralized and decentralized technologies. So generally speaking, Polity aims to address the problem of accessibility in DeFi and also the CeFi space. At one hand, decentralized finance brings a global open alternative to the current financial system. And while these novel financial products and services are accessible to anyone with an internet connection and who can use blockchain, in our view, DeFi presents the paradox of access. So only the tech savvy can currently access the benefits of this new financial system. On the other hand, finding credible advisors or managers in the CeFi industry is difficult due to the early stage of development and the custodial nature of most services, resulting in the associated counterparty risk, minimum balance requirements, and of course, high execution costs. So the industry needs low friction, non-custodial marketplaces for crypto wealth management to meet diverse needs and risk profiles. So what is our solution? From the business perspective, Polity offers solutions to both businesses and consumers by combining the best features of B2B and B2C models, such as network effects. For high net worth investors, Polity provides easy to use, secure, and compliant access to the cryptoverse. Whereas for advisors and managers, Polity delivers enterprise-grade infrastructure to offer a similar or even better experience now from the traditional wealth management. From the technology perspective, the Polity network will be designed on a scalable, permissioned P2P distributed ledger technology network that will enable us building the application and with further fostering digital trust between the parties in the Polity's regulated ecosystem. Another key and future-proof technology partner will be an enterprise-grade MPC wallet provider for secure trading and that self-custody layer 2 DLT protocol. The Polity project will be developed and governed for the benefit of all participants and ecosystem members with the public permission DAO, known as also Polity PDAO. And in this space, you might have likely heard the famous debates surrounding DeFi or CeFi. However, in our view, the debate should be centered around both DeFi and CeFi. And Polity aims to serve as a bridge between the DeFi innovation and CeFi best practices. And in our multi-sided platform architecture will create a marketplace enabling that personalized wealth management experience for investors, and also assisted when required by professional advisors and other members of the Polity ecosystem. In terms of the opportunity, as of 2021, Europe had 5.7 million high net worth individuals with almost 19 trillion in wealth and a growth rate of 7.8%. Europe is the third largest market for high net worth individuals, and the Polity Network plans to target 285,000 high net worth individuals, or put it differently, 10% of the market through our advisors. Next slide, excuse me. Why now? Well, the Polity aims to provide opportunities for self-employment by allowing its members to build their own businesses and brands. Also by utilizing our in-house talent and development in conjunction with maturing digital asset market and our technology partners, Polity is poised to take the advantage of the growing importance of self-custody and self-sovereign identity technologies. Polity is also creating a regulatory roadmap for the next 5 years, taking into account legal developments like MiCA and the DLT regime. So we believe that the crypto asset management space will have a sustainable virtual growth, with the real economy may face degrowth, making it exciting time to start a crypto asset management platform. In terms of the landscape, at present, Polity does not have direct competition for the high net worth individual, our target customers in the crypto wealth management space. On the other hand, Polity's indirect competitors are both CeFi and DeFi crypto asset management platforms, although they purely focus on social trading or more of automated investments. And with that, Polity presents 5 key differentiators to the alternative based on the target group, our product portfolio, security, compliant privacy, and governance, of course. So speaking about governance, Polity will operate in a decentralized way, with every participant being a PDAO member and owner of Polity tokens. And to preserve integrity, Polity will apply criteria for onboarding members and users on a permissioned basis. Excuse me. For the sake of time, I will leave scaling and monetization and roadmap to explain you maybe for the Q&A session. So coming back to also the technology. In terms of the ask, in the first half of 2023, Polity Foundation will be conducting a token-based fundraising campaign in the form of SAFT tokens. The total fundraising goal is set at $2.9 million, and it will be open to eligible buyers. That SAFT fundraising will be divided in 2 tranches, first starting at 400,000, the other at 2.5 million with applicable discounts. And the last one, well, the investment talks about, of course, the product, but also involves investing in our diverse group of talent coming from both Web2 and Web3 backgrounds. These individuals include experienced entrepreneurs and professionals from the Big 4 companies. They've been working together for nearly 2 years to develop solid fundamentals for this bridge we are building, utilizing the most effective businesses and tech practices. Thank you for your listening, and looking forward to the questions where I and also my colleagues can answer further.
Yeah, thank you, Konrad, for your presentation. And I invite investors to ask questions, investors in the Zoom. So Ben, Jay, Max, Casey? Don't forget to unmute yourself, guys.
Hi guys, yeah, do you want to go into your roadmap a bit more, please?
Yeah, sure. Let me see. This is the roadmap. Alex, shall I start or would you like to take it over?
You go ahead.
Okay, so in terms of the roadmap, the first phase of the pre-seeded development for the Polity roadmap has been completed. This phase includes the ideation stage, completion of a business plan, white paper, and other research and documentation that served as the foundation for the first proof of concept of Polity. Then the next milestone yet to be seeded will complete the second development phase, which will focus on building the first envisioned use case on the Polity network, and also showcasing the first glimpse of the self-custody and multi-sided interaction. The MVP, the next more of a demo and product will be coming still this quarter. And yeah, we'll be able to present you also the demo of our tech.
Brilliant, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Other questions to Konrad and team? Casey, you kept silent. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, hi, Comrade. Just quick questions on sort of your go-to-market strategy on this, and in terms of your competition right now, and also, obviously you mentioned a lot about your experience in both sort of Web2 and Web3. Just keen to hear about any of the partnerships you guys are working on right now. Yeah, keen to hear. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for the question. And we are calling it more of a multi-dimensional marketing. So it will be derived, or maybe even go-to-market will be divided, generally speaking, into two. So we have a product and we have partnerships. Starting with the product using our PDAO, will have their token-based incentive models and B2B sales, but also using our Polity token, we'll be able to create exposure of the project outside of the network, given that we'll have the WEB token, ERC20, traded on decentralized exchanges and also centralized exchanges, and maybe more of even Web2 entities. I will cover in 1 minute. And of course, maybe underestimated future, but referrals for the PDAO members and investors. And when coming to the partnership side, we have partnered with the Polish-based, in Poland, Polish-based trading platform that will be live in April. This is not the first partnership that we aim to have with centralized exchanges, but with that, we would like to unveil the Polity network more to the DeFi and crypto community, also through the centralized ecosystem. Also, when it comes to listing, and also, for example, when we are talking about go-to-market and we are tackling more of a niche, less retail-driven, and in that way we can combine efforts and, for example, provide additional channels where potential user groups that are using retail brokers or exchanges, for example, and will be seeking more professional advice, whether they build themselves that wealth or they were lucky with Dogecoin, they will be able to switch the wallets to Polity network and access the ecosystem to seek more professional advice and sleep better overnight. So we, as a team, indeed, we have experience from Web2 and Web3, and I think that also shows the identity of the whole project, how we combined it. But happy to give you a little bit more structured answer in
a private call. Yeah, good answer.
Yeah, no, thank you for the answer, Comrade and team. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. Max, do you have questions to Konrad?
No questions from my side.
Okay, awesome. We also have a couple of questions from the chat. So Walter is asking, does the Polity network have its own P2P network?
It will have the P2P network, given that investors and advisors are connecting individually together, and we as Polity, more of the operators of the network, will not have insights into that, let's say, interaction, or put it differently, the privacy will be ensured, the connection between the advisors and investors stays private. So I would consider it as a P2P indeed. Also, when it comes to, forgot to mention with our tokens, one of the use cases, of course, will be to use the token to apply for discounts in that two-sided interaction.
Okay, that was clear. And another question, can you elaborate more on your current fundraising stage? You already mentioned how much are you raising. Do you have some commits?
We have actually very recently started with the fundraising process. We are waiting, almost completed the financial model that will give us more of a revenue projections and also more accurate, if I can call it, numbers that can quantify our business, because I think that's also more of a relevance to our future investors. So we have almost the full package. We have leads. I'm based in the Netherlands, so we'll be talking with 2 Dutch-based VC funds, which we have scheduled meetings in February, so actually not very shortly. So
okay.
we are just starting.
And right now you are self-funded, right?
Yes, we are self-funded indeed. So there are 2 years development consisting of in-house and third parties validation engagements were preceded by our co-founder Alex.
Okay, awesome. Konrad, thanks a lot for your presentation today. You can stop your screen share. And actually, this was the last pitch for today. So I want to say special thanks to all investors who made it to be in Zoom today and talk to founders directly. You will be our priority a group of investors with whom we will share all the decks, startup profiles, and information about founders. And once you give us a feedback, we will start introducing you to the founders with whom you want to follow up. The next circle will be the investors who missed the session. They will watch the recording. They will get your pitch decks and startup profiles. So I'm asking to all the founders, please keep it updated and keep your updated pitch deck on a startup profile. So we are not seeking for it for the last minute, right? And yeah, thanks a lot for people who were watching us in LinkedIn and YouTube and for your questions. If you are interested to connect with the founders for investment or for partnership opportunities, contact our team and we will gladly introduce you to each other. So thanks a lot to everyone, and I wish you a pleasant end of the day or morning, whatever country in the world you're in. And hope to talk to all of you very, very soon with the follow-ups and hopefully, crossing our fingers, some fruitful relationships from here, right? So good luck to everyone. Take care of yourself, guys, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.